And the Oscar goes to...
We're here to fuck shit up.
Well, I'm no Jon Burgundy.
Jon Burgundy.
You can't have my cornbread, that's for damn sure.
And now for our feature presentation.
Oh, people. Welcome back to another episode of To Cinema with Love. I am Jamal, here with Sir Alec.
Chicken jockey!
Whatever that means.
You ever seen that?
No.
Not yet, I guess.
Not yet.
What is that?
It's a thing from the Minecraft movie.
The Minecraft.
Everybody's
I
been
have not seen that.
in the theaters. A bunch of teenagers and children go inside there. Every time the scene with the chicken jockey shows up, they would destroy the theater of popcorn and slushies. Just have the whole thing be a mess. I haven't seen that trend. It's been trending like all week.
Yeah.
Have you seen it in person?
And I didn't see anything.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay,
so I didn't experience the pandemonium of
Okay.
Minecraft.
I was going to say, it seemed like he was trying to... Are you part of that?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe
I
you
thought I
could
was
be. I
saying
don't know.
something relevant that you guys would.
No.
I will
I've not heard
look
that.
It shows
Yeah.
I'm the only one watching movies here. I'm sorry.
Sorry. You're
Well,
the only
I'm
one watching actual cinema.
Yeah, I'm not going to... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't spend money on fucking Minecraft.
I did spend money though.
Oh, correction.
No worries. No worries.
Well, I can tell you right now, I wouldn't spend money on that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't care how many Jason Momoas they throw at me. I'm not going to watch it.
yeah, I no,
Mimosas.
no, thank you. We got Jon Burgundy on the boards. And we got Josh on the other boards. We are back. Today is April 11th as we're recording this.
Yes.
How you guys doing? What have you guys been watching? I guess I'll start. I don't
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
start.
usually don't start.
I feel like I
Go for
usually
it.
start,
Yeah.
So you go ahead.
I just finished The Pit last night. Amazing,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think it's probably one of the best TV show seasons of all time.
Damn.
I don't think there's one dud that whole season. Noah Wiley is just absolutely electric
Mr. ER.
every single time like he's on the screen. To me, like there's just no letdown in the whole season. I recommend it. What else did I watch? I watched one of
Can
the
I ask you a question about
Yes.
the Pit? You think even the season finale was good and all that? Like
Yeah.
all the way through from start to finish.
because this is how I look at it. I look at it as like an adrenaline ride.
Yeah.
Where like you get an adrenaline rush and then you kind of come down, but
Yes.
it's still a little there.
Right.
And
right.
I feel like they wrapped it up in a good way
okay.
where it's like their day is over today,
Mm-hmm.
but they still have to come back to everything else. So
That's interesting.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I would say peak cinema for TV.
Mm.
It's to me it's really good. I'm not gonna say it's the best show out right now because we have Last of Us season 2 about to start. Severance just finished. There's a bunch of other stuff that I need to watch, but to me, like there's no dud in The Pit. I watched One of Them Days with SZA and Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my letterbox. I enjoyed that one. I didn't expect like too much from it, so I went into it like, oh, okay, this should just be kind of funny and a good time. And it was. You can definitely tell that they took inspiration from Fridays, like Friday After Next.
Yeah.
Just like the whole kind of plot, spoiler alert, of
It's in here somewhere.
We need to work on your timing.
um
Spoiler.
Thank you.
Spoiler.
thank you, Alec.
Oh, the wrong one. Sorry.
my
Let's give up.
Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's go.
Yeah, like you can now he's just gonna hit every single button until he finds it. Go ahead, hit every button until you find it. Man.
We're professionals, I
There
swear,
you go,
y'all.
fucking jag off. All right.
I got it.
We know how to do these things.
Jeez. But like the whole they need to get a money for rent. That was definitely inspired by Friday After Next, where they have to pay the rent, or Damon's gonna what'd she say? Damon's gonna something to him. Anyway, Damon's gonna sexually assault Craig and Day Day.
God.
Wait, why are you saying it like you've never seen it?
I've only seen what is it? Friday?
You've only seen
Just
the first one?
The first one. Yeah, I've never seen Friday After Next.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they're making a new Friday now, so
Yes, they are.
old man Friday. I don't know.
I'm
about
interested.
that.
I'm interested to see how they do it. That one.
They're still on the same.
I'm about to say, is it entertaining to watch like a middle-aged man just like be in the same spot he was like back in the 90s?
He like struggling to pay rent.
That's pretty sad.
It's really sad. Like you see Craig just like out of job.
He's his dad now. He's the dog. Dog man.
The father passed away.
Yeah.
The Bernie Mac gone. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
who knows if Chris Tucker will
I was
return?
gonna say Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely have to do something to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
But you can tell that one of them days was kind of like they took inspiration from that. It's not something that I'm gonna be like, oh man, I gotta watch one of them days. But if it's on, or if I just feel like I kind of want to laugh, I'd watch it. It's a good time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I gave it 3 stars. I'd say it's like a mid, but like a good mid.
Mm-hmm.
Keke Palmer to me was the shining star of that movie. Like without her, I don't think it's as good.
Yeah.
And
Like
SZA was surprisingly
SZA's
pretty
good.
decent too.
Like Cat Williams in the movie.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. he wasn't like the way they kind of made it seem was like he was gonna be in it like a lot, but he's not really in it a lot though.
It's like an extended cameo for the most part.
Yeah.
And that Latina chick and when they go to the bank.
Yes.
She was hella funny.
She
I
definitely-
think her
was
other
pretty
stuff,
good.
she was hella funny.
Yeah.
She was in
definitely
Abbott
stole the
Elementary, I
scene.
think.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she was in something
Curb Your
else too.
Enthusiasm. She was in one of the last seasons. Like, yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, she was
I
pretty
forget her
funny.
name right now, but yeah.
I watched The Gutter, which is on Hulu, and it's the guy from the Wu-Tang. He's like a bowler, and it's another kind of like like you're not missing too much if you don't watch it.
Right.
But like his name, God, Nigga Time, I think his name was. Yeah.
Excuse me?
No, I swear that's his name.
Nigga Time?
That's his name, Nigga Time, right?
Yeah.
And he's a fucking bowler. And so like they have like this guy who's like announcing, is like, yeah, I don't know what his name is, and I'm not gonna say it. And so then like he's like, I want like the big check, and I want you to write my name on it, Nigga Time. And like there's like the girl that's like giving him the check. She's like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
She said, "Is that with 1 G or 2 G's?"
Wait, now you're gonna make me want to watch this movie.
It's pretty funny. Like there are some funny moments because he's like, yeah, like my name's like Nigga Time, and yeah, it's pretty funny. It's on Hulu. And then I watched A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, which is it's got Robert Downey Jr., Shia LaBeouf, Channing Tatum. That's like
heavy hitters.
Yeah, but it's like an old kind of coming of age, like before they're like. Shia is probably the biggest star at that moment, or maybe RDJ. But it's kind of just like these 4 boys from New York kind of growing up in manhood or whatever. Last Stop in Yuma County, which was surprisingly like really I had no clue what it was, and I saw it and I was like, oh, let me check this out.
I like that one.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
I gave that one 4 stars. That one was surprisingly really good. It takes place in like a gas station, and there's like a couple people who are waiting for the gas truck to come. Gas truck never comes. Some bank robbers show up, and some crazy stuff happens, but pretty solid. And then last thing I watched was Magazine Dreams.
Is that the new one that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bodybuilder.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I thought his performance was really solid. He was. I was definitely not expecting where it went. Yeah,
Apparently, I was kind of like watching it. I was kind of like when they. I don't want to say too much for the other. I'm sure the other guys want to watch it, but like when they eventually meet somebody.
Yeah,
I was kind of like.
Yeah,
I was kind of like. Wait, it kind of feels kind of like it's going that way. Going that way. Okay, here we go. This is cool.
Right?
This is a very interesting angle to put on this. Yeah,
because you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
And then there's some other shit that you don't see coming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm watching it. I'm like, what is happening right now? Right? But no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't spoil it because I'm sure you guys are gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some scenes in there where I was just kind of like, okay, like this motherfucker's living that life.
Deranged.
Yeah. There was some cool like camera angles that they did. They did one thing with like a car. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Not like the car chase, but like kind of what happens before.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought his performance was really good. And then, you sit there and you're just kind of like, oh, man,
What could have been.
like you just got to be a fucking dumbass
Yeah.
and fucking, do your stupid shit. Because I think this definitely, like, and I think you probably said it on a previous episode, like this probably would have been the one to really like take him to the next level.
Yeah, because it came out like the year he was really going big, like 2023, where like in Sundance, that came out at Sundance, and that was like the big movie that was like, oh shit, everybody's gonna see this movie and think Jonathan Major's gonna win an Oscar.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, Creed was coming out and Ant-Man and shit, so it was like, yeah, he was like really looking like, yeah. This is he's next up.
And I feel like yeah, like he had Creed, Ant-Man, and then you throw this one in there to just show like, well, I can do this too.
Yeah, it became out. Yeah, they would have been superstar all over.
He would have been, and it's crazy. Like if you think about it, right? If this comes out, and then he does that, it's almost. And I'm not saying that like what he did is forgivable, but in Hollywood, they would have been like, well, yeah, but look what he got here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, it's just like timing wise, it's like if that comes out before all that stuff happens and then it happens, he probably can recover.
Yeah.
Because people would have been like, yeah, but he was really good in that.
Yeah, and then releasing it after, especially this certain relationship that he has with a white woman in that movie, it's kind of like
very kind of on the nose when you put it into perspective. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Now, to piggyback off of that, right? I was watching this interview with Anthony Mackie, and he was talking about his career longevity as a black actor in Hollywood, and he was talking about like when he was coming up, he saw like the big greats and all that, and that now that he's been in the game for this long period of time, he's like nobody is at the level that I'm at, like being consistent and like and all that. And he was like saying that he was giving advice to like the younger actors because they're not like going for like other roles. They just want like going for the typecasted roles or like you gotta like expand. You gotta like do everything, like everything, like not just like when they're like, oh, we're looking for like a back actor or for a gangster role, or whatever. No, they were like, he's like, go for all of it, like so you can show your range and last longer and all that. Because he was saying that like, how many movies have you seen? What is it? The one that was in Hive.
Hive.
It was it Hive? Swarm.
The show.
Yeah. The guy. Something Idris.
Oh, Damson Idris.
Idris.
Yeah.
He talked about Damson Idris. He talked about like all these other like black actors that he's like tells them like you gotta do a bunch of movies whether they stick or not, because he said that I think like Black Hawk Down was the one that kind of like put him on the map, and just like ever since that he just kind of like
was he in Black Hawk Down?
Yeah.
They're probably the Hurt Locker, not Black.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
The Hurt Locker.
Like,
I'm so sorry. Sorry, the Hurt Locker.
There's
and
no
like
black people in Black Hawk
Yeah,
Down.
I was like, I don't remember that. That was like a day ago.
But and I was just wanted to know what you guys thought about that comment of like that that they need to go out there and just not just do the same roles, but like actually expand their range and like do movies that they don't know will either do good or bad or whatever. Just
I kind of took a little what you had said earlier with him like saying that like nobody's where he's at.
That's how he said it too.
And that's what he said.
Yeah.
I don't really like he's talented, but I don't see him as like a stalwart. You know what I mean? Like I don't consider him like in that upper echelon.
But he'd been at it for like a minute.
No, he's been at
for
it
a while. Yeah, now he's kind of like more famous than he was before. But no, he's definitely not like on the level of like say like Will Smith or like Denzel, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I get what he's saying. I just kind of feel like him saying that it's like okay, but like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like you're not,
Mm-hmm.
and that's no disrespect to him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, because he said like when he grew up, like he had other like black actors that were like up and coming with him, but they like fell back.
But then
And
I
yeah.
think because and we talk about like a lot of young like up and coming white actors,
Yeah.
and I think what he is saying is there is a good point there where it's like you gotta stretch the your range
Mm-hmm.
and try a bunch of different stuff. So I do agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about Magazine Dreams, I also watched it a few days ago, and I liked it. I enjoyed it, but I did give it like a 3.5, I think, because it's kind of like that Joker syndrome, where I feel like I'm seeing more of the influences than I am seeing more of like it's being its own thing. Like I'm saying, like it's definitely Taxi driver inspired, very much so. He's like this the lonely guy, like trying to be hyper masculine, and this but he's like kind of like mentally deranged in a way because of his past and all that. But then there's like the score kind of reminded me of Joker as well. It's kind of like this kind of like operatic kind of music to it.
It was kind of dark too.
Yeah, very dark. Yeah, darkly lit and everything. And but yeah, I just feel like a lot of those times where it's like kind of holding me back from being like, I don't think this is as original as it's trying to be. But then Jonathan Major's performance is like fantastic. Yeah, especially that whole date scene with him and the girl from the store. That was just like, oof, God, it's like because you can tell like he had a great chance of like actually dating her. Like she was into him. Yeah, she thought he was cute and everything, and then like she said one thing, and then like just turned the whole thing over.
And so I missed that part. I think I like walked away or something, and I came, no, but I had came back, right?
Yeah,
because when I left, everything was going good, and then I came back, I missed what he said, and like her whole like her whole demeanor had changed, and I was like, damn, what I missed, but I didn't want to like rewind it, so yeah.
Yeah, she said like one thing, and like the whole conversation just tied it over to her being extremely uncomfortable. Yeah, but yeah, it was a very uncomfortable scene, but it was a great scene though.
His order was crazy.
Yeah,
his order was crazy.
And then she was like, yeah, I'll just have the salad.
Where can people watch this if they want to watch it?
Don't ask.
It might be in theaters, right?
I mean, it's in theaters, but
that's where we saw it.
It's on select theaters.
I watched it at home. That's all I'll say.
Oh.
Next, moving on.
Anyways, but yeah, I enjoyed the movie, and then I was surprised by how optimistic the end was. I wasn't expecting because I expected it to go like this the way that usually these movies go, and but yeah, it ended on a pretty good note where I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting to go that way.
Yeah.
And then the whole him doing the finger gun thing, I was kind of like, fucking really, you had to do that shit.
When did he do the finger gun?
When he was like in the parking lot.
Oh yeah,
I was kind of like, really? Yeah, that's the shit I was doing like in college. But yeah, this taxi driver all over this place. But yeah, but anyway, then I watched Freaky Tales. I saw that in theaters a couple days ago. Go ahead, Jonathan, sing the song.
Oh, I was just dancing too.
Not the Too Short song? Okay, never mind.
These are the tales,
the freaky tales.
I
saw this girl.
That's just like 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like you think he's done, but he just keeps naming fucking women.
It was like back when back in the day, it was like, this is the story of how my name is Greg.
It's just like it doesn't stop.
Yeah,
her name's Therese, and she does like this.
She was a freak.
It's like, all right, Too Short.
This is the tale.
But yeah, they play that song off top of the movie.
Okay.
The opening credits. But yeah, this is
all 9 minutes of it.
No, not the song.
I give you 9 minutes of opening credits. But okay.
But yeah, this is we talked about this last episode on one of our last episodes. With the trailer rewatch. It's set in the Bay Area, Oakland, mainly for sure. And it's an anthology story. It takes place in the '80s, late '80s, and has all the characters are kind of like central around Sleepy Floyd, and there's a lot of stories depicting like the punk scene versus the white supremacist Nazis, as the other word for them, which is accurate.
Kanye?
Kanye. Kanye be like, ooh, rooting for them.
Do they win in the end?
And Pedro Pascal as this kind of like aging fixer type of guy. That's kind of like enforcer type of dude who's trying to turn the tide on his life. And then another story sent around these female rappers that come across a young Too Short. They got a guy to play a younger version of Too Short.
Nice.
And then the story of Sleepy Floyd. And I'm just saying, like, Marvel should be very fucking embarrassed that they can't get a Blade movie off the ground. I'm just gonna say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm gonna say that for the last 25 minutes or so, 30 minutes is like, yeah, Marvel should be embarrassed.
Wow. Wow.
That easy. I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, I very much enjoyed the movie, and it was a lot of fun. There was like the first story was kind of like but it was cool, like seeing like locations. They filmed a lot of the movie at the Grand Lake.
Oh, nice.
Which was nice. And then the scene set at the Gilman, which was really cool. And because they focus on the punk scene around there.
Now, is it like kind of like how what's the name did it? Kind of kindness, where it's like broken up.
It's similar, similar
Okay.
to Kind of Kindness. Pulp Fiction is probably close to that too, for sure. And it's like it pretty like it has some Tarantino influences to it because they kind of like turn a bent on history with Sleepy Floyd's character anyway. And Sleepy Floyd's in the movie. The real Sleepy Floyd's in the movie.
Nice.
Cool.
What?
Cool to see him. But
As like a cameo or something?
yeah,
Or-
cameo.
okay.
Mhm. But yeah, it's like a really enjoyable movie, and yeah, I would give that probably what's a good rating for this?
I don't know. You tell us.
I'll give it a mid-peak.
Okay.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it though. Yeah, so check it out if you guys want to see that.
What's
Support
the
some local.
runtime on that?
It's not long. It's probably like 100-something minutes.
Oh, wow.
No, not long movie
Okay.
at all. But yeah, and shout out to Natalia once again. She killed it in her role as Patrick Pascal's pregnant wife in that film.
How is she in the whole thing?
No, she's only in his part of the story.
Oh, so he's not even in the whole thing.
No, he's not. He's like he's not really the lead or anything. He's more part of a story. He's
And
like
they
a
just
supporting
use
part.
him as like
The marketing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
but
is
yeah,
smart.
she's probably in the movie for about like 15, 20 minutes, which is a good amount of screen time.
It is. Yeah.
But yeah, very much enjoyed it.
Nice.
And then what else did I watch?
Is like technically, I guess, like whoever plays Sleepy Floyd the only one that's in all the stories?
yeah,
Right?
He's probably
Okay.
like the most consistent. Part
Okay,
of
okay.
the whole movie.
Gotcha.
And then continuing watching The Pit as well. I'm really enjoying that. I'm like 2 episodes behind. I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm really liking it. The whole shooter thing that happened.
Oh, wait, hold on, Josh. How far are you? I can't. Yeah, don't spoil it.
Well, whose fault is it?
Well, I haven't even started it.
Well, you're you.
I'll get around to it eventually. 2 years from
I'm
now.
about to say 2 years. But yeah, escalating in a very interesting, intense way. So
Nice,
I'm really like, yeah,
nice.
Noah Wiley's fantastic on it. And I keep forgetting fucking what's her name, the daughter of Bryan
Dr.
Cranston.
Mel.
Dr. Mel, yeah, she's great.
She's
probably
one of my favorites.
character. Yeah, she's probably
Yeah.
my favorite character on there.
She's so like, because all of them, like everybody else seems so like, we got to do this, we got to do that.
She's like,
Yeah, she's like the human aspect
Yeah,
of like all of them, and she's so good.
probably like the most awkward out of all of them, but she's
Yeah.
also like the most like focused. I feel like
Yeah.
as well.
And her and Whitaker,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And
that's a great show,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, no,
He's gonna rack up at the awards.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Watching Daredevil Born Again, the new version of Daredevil series, and I've been enjoying it so far. But it started off very wonky for sure, because I know like they refilmed the entire, like not the entire season, but half of the season, because the direction they were going, they felt like they didn't really enjoy it because they were trying to start it mid. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, like Josh said, started off mid. And because they were feeling like, they were trying to like not connect it to the Netflix series as much because they kind of like rebooting it in a way.
Mhm.
But then they were kind of like watching the show and they kind of like, yeah, this ain't working. We got to make it more like the original show. So then doing that, they kind of like retrofitted characters into the show. And I was kind of, it's not really, it's kind of wonky, but once it like after like episode 3 or so, it gets a lot better.
What,
And the last week's episode was very, very good.
Where's this?
On Disney Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want to get into that at all, watch the first 3 seasons because you'll be lost watching this new one for sure. But yeah, and been watching The Studio, more of The Studio. Studio's great.
Sure.
Seth Rogen's series on Apple. That's been a lot of fun. You get to see Ron Howard just fucking going ham on Seth Rogen, saying like cussing out Seth Rogen.
Oh.
And oh yeah, and
yeah.
Olivia Wilde being a crazy person, that was fun to watch.
Oh.
But yeah, that's all I've been watching so far.
Is The Studio similar to what's that one that was on HBO?
The one
The
that
franchise.
you recommended, the franchise.
Oh yeah, the franchise. I would say it's a little similar. I think the franchise is more dry humor because it's like a British kind of British kind of show. This is more closer to like Seth Rogen humor.
Okay.
Yeah. You only laugh.
I don't know.
I feel like he only laughed once the entire show so far.
Really?
I feel like once. Like it's very noticeable when he does laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably like one of my more favorite shows going on right now. Just
Okay.
because each episode it kind of like does a different genre.
A lot of panic.
A lot of panicking. I mean, he's the head of a studio now, so he just trying his best to not make get the company to fuck over.
I definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it a lot. It's like
I'm trying to wait till there's more episodes.
Yeah, they're kind of short. They're like 30, 40-minute episodes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like
They're digestible.
That seems like that's kind of
Unlike
Apple's
Daredevil.
thing. That seems like that's Apple's thing, like shorter episodes.
Yeah.
Besides maybe like Severance, but
Yeah, Severance, other shows they got on there, Silo. Like I know those were like hour-long episodes.
Mm.
But yeah, that's all I've been watching so far.
Nice. As far as for me, watched One of Them Days as well. Forgot about that. It was on Netflix. I was like, I wanted to watch this, so I watched it with my siblings, and we actually enjoyed it. It was pretty funny, pretty cool. Definitely could see like the similarities to Friday,
no,
but I haven't
you haven't seen it. You
I haven't
the
seen
one
Friday
I was
After
talking about.
Next.
Yeah, that's what the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I said
You did not heed my words, Jonathan. You did not heed.
I headed your words.
Heed.
And but we enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It was like one time watch type of movie. It was funny because now I can finally like take that part out of my head. The what is it? Prosecco with your bitches party or whatever. Prosecco party with pals. But yeah, so it was
We about pals.
because it would like continue just on replay every time I would be on Instagram. But finally, watched it and I was like, oh, okay. Everybody did pretty well. I thought it was hilarious. My sister was dead ass laughing with what was it, the hoodlum, the one that was like, she was like all over him, like
Oh yeah.
it was over the top. We were laughing our ass off, but that was pretty good. So I gave it like Jamal says, maybe like a little bit higher than mid. The higher end of mid, not yeah. So
Not necessarily a mid peak, but like the higher end.
Yeah.
Higher end of me.
high end or mid, but not mid peak. Yeah. Then after that, I watched North by Northwest, or technically in order, I watched Warfare first, and then watched North by Northwest. But I'll start with Warfare since we'll talk about North by Northwest later.
Yeah.
I thought it was
No, I'm just saying, don't spoil it.
No, Warfare.
Yeah.
So in the
tell
end-
us what you think, but don't like.
No. I thought it was really good. I watched it on IMAX, and I'm glad that I did. Only
big
because
baller over here.
only
Get the fancy shit.
only because I was told to watch it on IMAX. But if I am being honest, this is my personal opinion, and I don't want nobody coming at me because of it. I don't think it's an IMAX experience for sound, yes, but for like big screen and all that, I don't see the the big difference.
Well, this is what we need to teach people, like the difference between movies that are actually shot in IMAX and films that are like formatted like say like with IMAX enhanced kind of movies. 'Cause there's, like a big difference between like Warfare and then like Sinners, which is coming out next week. That was actually shot on IMAX for real. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what I mean, right?
Mhm.
Like Oppenheimer.
Takes up the
That's
whole frame.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's something
Mhm.
I would have rather have watched, like
Mhm.
in IMAX and all that. But this one, I just feel like it's a regular movie you can just enjoy in like regular theater size, whatever. But the sound from the IMAX actually did do a good impact on it. The sound is really
Yeah,
big
like
on
you
this
really
one
want
film.
like sound and stuff. You probably go to like Dolby Atmos.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like is it worth paying to? Well, I mean, it's the same price, but is it the same price? Or is
I think
IMAX-
Dolby
is
might be a
IMAX
little
more?
bit more.
I haven't been to.
Oh.
I
either
think
in
Dolby
a
might be a
while.
little bit
I
more,
can't
maybe like
remember.
$1 more, like
Yeah.
$2.
Okay,
more.
whatever. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, does it warrant going to IMAX? Do you think no?
No, IMAX. No, if there's like you said, like a Dolby one or like whatever, because each fucking theater has their own like
Well,
specific
that
thing.
makes my decision a lot easier, so I don't have to try to
Yes.
travel out to Dublin.
No, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest. That's just me. But it was good. It was good overall. Good story. I mean, sorry. It was a good war film. It's a good war film. If you
Mhm.
love war films, but like kind of like our coworker said, if you like war films, but it's not really a Hollywood war film, it's just a war film in general.
Shout out
Mhm.
Then
John
you'll like
Tang.
this. Then you'll like this one.
John Surf, believe on Instagram if you like to surf. He teaches lessons. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
so if you want to learn how to surf, John Surf, I believe is his Instagram, right?
I guess so.
The man will teach you. Watch out.
But yes. So I gave that one a peak.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I like again. Yeah. It was a trip.
Is it the best movie so far this year?
No. So that's another thing. So I liked it for what it was, but the way they did the marketing for this was a little bit misleading to me. It was more of like, because I thought I would see a lot more from like these actors, which they did well. They did really well, and like and all that. But I don't know. I like it was kind of a little bit of the same old thing.
Yeah.
Seems like they were relying like pretty heavy on like, oh, it's made by like an actual war veteran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because I want to say more about it, but I don't want to spoil it at the same
Yeah.
time. Because like I could go more in depth of like what I'm trying to say. But yeah,
Sinners for the
win.
win.
Yeah.
Mm.
But again, I'll wait till you guys watch it, and then we could try maybe talk about it later. Because there's some more stuff I could go in depth about it. But yeah.
I'm not saying Ryan Coogler, got the name from somebody,
Who?
Oh.
but I'm saying
who was it?
what-
What was
yeah.
the production for
Who-
Circle
what,
Sinners or yours?
I wrote Circle of Sinners back in November 2023. Whoa, what was that?
That's like
we have to see
whoa.
when Sinners went into
Yeah. When did
production.
Sinners go
Yeah.
in production? Okay, Josh is on Sinners side. All right.
Oh, that's
So
kind
it's a
of
circle.
Oh, thank you, Josh.
Oh yeah.
I could see the whole circle. I just saw like half of it. I was trying to peek over the camera.
We have to see like when Sinners,
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler Sinners went into production.
I know.
Jamie, pull it up.
Circle of Sinners went in production in November 23 in my mind. So
That's true.
We have to see. We have to check that Google Doc. That Google Doc date.
Well,
no,
yeah.
but Sinners looks pretty solid though.
It does look pretty good.
Yeah,
I-
I'm very excited for it.
And
Now-
I'm not even. And you guys know I'm not like a big Michael B. Jordan fan.
I'm not going for him. I'm going for
Yeah.
Coogler.
That looks
Even
pretty
though he
solid.
looked good in it, but I'm like, yeah, I was like Coogler's like, I feel like he got that dog in him.
Yeah.
You going for Heidi Stanfield? Shut up. I'm kidding.
What'd you say?
He said you gonna buy these food stamps. Did he say that?
I said you're going for Haley
shit,
Steinfeld.
in this economy, sure.
I said you're going for Haley Steinfeld. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
You ain't wrong.
But wait, okay.
That-
So
that-
let me
you're
ask
wrong.
you guys this, because maybe I'm just not getting it. Is it like is it about zombies or is
It's
it like
about vampires, I think.
vampires.
Oh, vampires.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
the vampire.
Started shooting 424. Oh, all right.
But
we know who.
before that, like movies don't take that like fast amount of time. Like there's got to be like a whole
Writing
pre-production to it.
thing.
Like maybe he had
The
this like
pre-
2 years ago.
maybe I had this like 2 years ago.
I'm about to say you cannot say I didn't have this. But yeah, I'm excited for.
Well, hey, his finished before ours, so
yeah. He had the backings of the
Yeah,
whole.
There you go.
we were trying to get some back on IMAX.
Oh shit! But yeah, I'm excited for it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And North by Northwest, but we'll go more about that later.
All right.
Cool.
Well, today is April 11th,
Yep.
and something happened on this day. Alec, what?
Today in film history. Gather around, mortals. Today is film history. Hold on. All right, hold on, bitches. On today in film history. On April 11th, 2012, The Avengers, directed by Joss Whedon and starring Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, and Jeremy Renner, premiered in Los Angeles, California.
Avengers?
The Avengers, the very first
The first one.
The very first film. And what many would say catapulted the MCU into being like the reason why we have so many superhero movies.
2012,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
Man, I shit on him, but to be able to have like that longevity and the fan base to stay with it all the way until the end, you gotta take your hat
I mean,
off.
even going further back to like Iron Man, like 2008, like
the first like Incredible Hulk and all that.
yeah.
No, but I will say this. Marvel did start like the first like successful like superhero universe thing. Because I think that was the first time I've ever seen like all these
they
superheroes
started the
come
whole
together.
cinematic universe trend.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But would you say they were the first, or would you say the X-Men?
I wouldn't just
Well, because I mean,
I wouldn't consider them a cinematic universe.
yeah.
No,
that's what
I'm just saying, not a cinematic universe,
like successful. You mean?
but just like kind of that
superhero movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
No, yeah, they're definitely not like the first.
No.
successful
I meant more of like the
superhero movies,
cinematic universe, like where they combine all these different characters,
different
into one.
sub franchises,
Yes.
and like build into like one
Yeah.
universe. Really,
Let me ask this.
Yeah.
Because I think
Ask it away.
it's interesting. Like, what would you say was like the first like superhero movie? Not like old school, but like where it became like, oh, this is like blockbuster type level.
I'd probably say Superman '78.
Okay.
That's probably like the one where everybody's like, "Oh, we can actually make this shit serious." Okay,
And
That's
make
cool.
money off of this.
Yeah, we can make money too. Like fuck, because like Superman
I think
'78
so.
had like felt like it had that prestige like filmmaking to it, and you had like actors like Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman in the movie as well. Like
Oh,
people,
wow.
I feel like people seeing that they're like, "Oh shit!" So they're serious. Okay.
They got like actual actors.
Yeah,
up in this. Yeah.
It's not some
Yeah.
like some like Halloween shit. It's like for real.
Right.
Because like before, like Avengers and like Dark Knight and stuff, like it's like it was very sparse to get like the biggest ones were like Spider-Man and X-Men. Like, and even then those came out like probably once every 3 years or so. Now we get like 8 of them every year.
Yeah.
Batman for sure.
Batman.
That elevated even more. The '89 one, Michael Keaton. But yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, I know you weren't into these movies at all when this movie came out.
We could
Well,
just
so-
skip,
but,
Jamal from this conversation.
no.
I was gonna ask, like, do you remember seeing it for the first time at all?
I remember watching the Incredible Hulk with Eric Bana,
Oh yeah.
right? So I remember that. I don't think I watched. I probably saw like the first
The
Iron
Ed Norton
Man
one.
Yeah, I saw the Ed Norton one.
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing like the first Avengers. I probably watched like Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate superhero movies. I know it sounds like I do, but like,
Yeah.
but I don't. I like the Batman stuff. I like Deadpool, X-Men, like the Logan Wolverine.
I know you watched Guardians.
Guardians.
trilogy
I thought
pretty
I
recently.
enjoyed Guardians
Yeah.
3, and I liked Guardians 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
What's crazy to me is how like these like superhero films have like evolved over time. Where like when they were making these at first, like way back when, like when you said I watched the Hulk with Eric Bana one, and like watching it because I rewatched it because I remember growing up, I was like, oh, this is one of my favorite films, and like they really try to make it look comic bookish
Yeah,
with
they
like the way
did.
they edited it and all that, and then like
We're never getting that back.
yeah, no. 'Cause, like I get that it's like it came from a comic book,
Yeah.
and they were really trying hard to make it like look like a comic bookish.
Peak,
Yeah, and then like in when I was rewatching Spider-Man, the first one, the opening credits because they kind of like were also trying to make it look a little bit comic booky-ish and all that.
Yeah.
It was just
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think over time it just became like it was just too much.
Yeah.
And I think
I agree.
you know what I mean. I feel like if they just took like a year or two off in between, let the anticipation build up, like Fast and Furious 11. I mean, this is gonna be the biggest movie ever when it comes out.
Mhm.
I think we all know that.
Yes.
I
Like,
mean,
you know, fucking Jason Momoa. What? The Rock is back. What?
John Cena.
John Cena. What?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Fast and the fucking Furious
Han.
11.
For real?
You know what I'm saying?
Gal Gadot's back.
Again.
Ludacris.
Bow Wow is back. Fucking, what's
Fast
the
and
what's the
Furious.
white dude with the country accent? He's back.
Fucking Lucas
the-
Black.
yeah.
I forgot his name, character's name, but yeah, Lucas Black.
But I just feel like they just kind of like it was kind of oversaturated.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they just took like breaks in between
Right.
earlier, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like if they took like a year or two in between kind of like the middle of the story
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh shit, it's like, okay, we'll let some other stuff come out.
Yeah.
And then we'll let the interest build and grow.
Yeah.
And so then when we come back out, it doesn't feel like we've kind of ran into,
Yeah.
too much
mid,
mid.
yeah.
Yeah. Because and that's also the other part too. Is like they're just trying to churn out movies
Mhm.
because it fucking makes money like fucking pancake sauce.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What does that
absolutely.
mean? What does that mean?
What- I mean,
Pancake
I don't,
sauce.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
My head back and forth.
I mean, if you want a saying, you know the saying they say, slow and steady wins the race.
Oh, okay.
Eats ass.
That's What was that face?
I was waiting for you guys to respond to it.
Anyway, you remember seeing the Avengers in theaters, Jonathan?
I
at all?
do. I remember seeing the first Iron Man, like Jamal said. But yeah, I watched the first Avengers because I couldn't believe it that they were finally bringing Captain America, bringing Thor, bringing all these characters together, just like in the animated series and all that. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah, me being a huge comic book fan, and it's like seeing that. I was like 8th grade when that shit came out, and seeing it in theaters. I was like, I never would have thought I'd see the Hulk and Thor
Mhm.
fighting on the big screen, and it's like just them, the whole sweeping shot around the Avengers. I was like, this is the fucking coolest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a grown man now. I'm just like, no, it's not the coolest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, that-
There's plenty ever better movies, but I'm just like in that mode. I was like, that's one of my favorite theater experiences for sure.
Yeah. That was a trip.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Solid forward.
I also here's what I think too, right? Because you guys, all three of you guys, Josh included, like you guys hit the movies damn near as soon as that damn thing comes out.
Yeah.
So for you
Mm.
guys, it's like when you go see it, it's packed. And so you get
Yes.
that that energy of like if something big happens when
Yeah.
fucking Captain America gets Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
yeah, that was
theater,
funny.
theater goes crazy.
I was sitting
right?
next
That
to
was
I think Alec or Jamal or Josh when we watched that in theaters.
Yeah.
We watched it right after class or right after
Yeah, we did.
yeah. He was
Mhm.
like, I have an extra ticket. You want to come? I was like, fuck yeah.
I want to see these Avengers.
This is the end game, motherfucker.
Right. So I imagine for you guys, right?
Yeah.
When that energy happens,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
it's hard to not like feed off of it.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
it was a
you-
trip.
You go off Marvel. Yeah. Oh yeah, I said that. I said that in the theater. I said, you go off Marvel. You go fuck off.
And it was
Go
crazy
off,
because
King.
hella people were saying hella shit. Like, yeah, it was a trip.
Yeah.
It was an experience.
For me, I don't like going to the movies when there's a bunch of people
Old
because
man.
no, if I'm paying all this money, I don't want people fucking like ruining my
Screaming and,
experience and shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so,
I think it's like it has a time and place.
no,
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean? So like, yeah.
But I think what the point that I'm getting to is that like you got like you can feed off of like the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even if you're not like super into it, but if like the crowd is like, oh shit, you kind of have no choice but to kind of feel that, and you're like, oh okay,
I get
like,
that for sure. Yeah.
So it's like when I go see it, if I go see it, I'm not going like the day it comes out.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like okay, like it's probably me and some old fucking people in there.
That's what I'm saying. But why don't you watch it with that energy so that way you can like feed off of that energy?
Because for me, it's I look at it as like I want to be able to focus on it, and it's like nowadays people are just fucking they're just rude.
You know what I'm saying? The whole Minecraft shit going on this past week. Everybody's fucking losing their minds over chicken jockey.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Like you're trying to go enjoy a movie, and then you got these fuckers over here fucking jacking off popcorn bags.
Do you feed off of energy? Like, do
I feed off of energy?
Yeah. Do you like go kind of go with the flow and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely clap when planes land. Then you just like seeing everybody clap. Oh, I'll clap too. I'll clap along.
Jamal's like, do you take me as a white person?
I mean, Jonathan,
I'm kidding.
you're probably you're probably like the first person that as soon as the plane lands and the seatbelt sign goes off, you're standing up.
I am. I'm looking for
but you're like,
I'm looking for my goddamn luggage.
Out of everybody in this room, I can see Jonathan clapping, especially after like a long ass flight. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of, since you like to clap,
Yeah.
You want to clap some news for us?
You want to clap them ass cheeks for us?
This is the news. Jon Burgundy.
Jon Burgundy.
Jon Burgundy. This is news with Jon Burgundy.
Bitches.
Yo.
Oh shit!
I just fucking screamed.
Man.
You really can't hear shit with these headphones.
Yo, I had to fucking scream. I had to fucking scream at Jonathan to put on his head.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now that we're back. Okay, so today you guys can't see it, but just pretend it's there or use your imaginations. But
Well, the audience didn't know that, but okay.
Box office reports. We'll start off with box office reports. Oh shit! Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, we got number one. This movie this weekend.
Wait, let me guess. Yeah, I was gonna say this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Or this past weekend, technically. This past weekend. Sorry.
Never mind. Jonathan, go ahead.
Minecraft movie.
Shit, yeah, we're just talking
coming at 162.8 million.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say billion. Now,
no.
For people that don't know,
we can be insane.
for people that don't know, Josh has said
yes
that Minecraft will hit $1 billion.
Yep.
Alec has said it will not.
I didn't say it would not. I'm just saying like
Alex said, "Fuck you."
It's more of a stretch. I probably be more of a stretch that I would make $1 billion, but
Josh is for sure on.
Yep,
on
he's 100% sure. Yeah.
So we are waiting to see if it will hit $1 billion or not.
We are observing those numbers.
All that chicken jockey bullshit better fucking.
That might kind of hurt them though. Huh?
I did see maybe, but I did see Minecraft as well. I forgot to mention that.
I
did mention it, but I was like, I didn't.
It's okay.
Oh yes, that's true. That's true. I believe.
Okay, number two.
I was about to read that shit too.
Oh fuck.
Okay, number two. Right, we got Minecraft number one. Number two is A Working Man, and that is they came in at 7.3 million.
That's the Jason Statham.
That's the Jason Statham one. Yeah.
This guy, man.
Mm-hmm. Cranks them out.
Crank
them out.
Yeah, Crank, the greatest movie ever made. Yes.
Let me ask you this, right? Because we're on the hunt for a new James Bond.
Okay.
No.
But okay.
Jason Statham?
I know where you're going.
He's
with
old.
But I was gonna say
he old.
If he was
older,
if he was younger, right?
Maybe.
And he wasn't just making like
Nah.
His voice. Maybe it's just his voice.
I think just his whole persona just takes you out.
He's not too. He's got to be. You got to be suave.
He's a suave guy, but I feel like just him as a human being is just like so distinct. Like,
has he done some stuff or?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you mean?
Some bad stuff?
No, that's like
no.
Him as
it's like he plays the same character every time.
I feel like
that
when you
badass.
think of Jason Statham, you think of like Jason Statham in his movies. Like
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
or like all that. Like
yeah,
he's like kind of like this Cockney accent and is like really ripped and is like kind of like just going around like a silent badass type more than like James Bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
working man. He's definitely working. He be pulling out these action movies every year.
Fucking Bumblebee, man.
Number 3, we got The Chosen coming in at $7 million.
That's the Jesus movie.
That's the Jesus movie. Yeah. The Last Supper.
No, that's
Number
perfect time for Easter.
I just saw a trailer where he just like Jesus is cracking the whip. That was
okay. That was The Last Supper Part 2. Okay, that was at $7 million.
What is this? The Chosen?
The Chosen. It's a TV series that like
Christian TV. Series.
Yeah, it made it was
very
like
popular show.
trending on Amazon, and then they got funding to do a movie.
I think
so they did part 1 and part 2.
I think the Fellowship Church was over here was sponsoring it, or we're sponsored by it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Promoting it, yeah.
And
then
then
the big deal.
And then we got number 4, Snow White, coming in at $5.9 million. And lastly, at number 5, we have The Woman at the Yard, coming in at $5.5 million.
I got. I kind of want to comment on Minecraft real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Bad movie. Not like
you said bad movie.
Bad movie.
Okay.
Not like, but it's also like weirdly funny. But mostly because like it's from the same director of Napoleon Dynamite. And,
really?
Nacho Libre. Yeah. So that's why Jack Black's in this movie. But that connection right there. But
we're gonna learn about that a little bit later.
But like the first like 20 or so minutes or so are actually like pretty funny. Like. Like everybody feels like not Napoleon Dynamite characters.
Like not or like
they feel like
oh,
no
interesting.
Napoleon Dynamite characters. Like I would rather be in the world of that movie than anything else. Than anything else that happens after that. Because once they get in the Minecraft world, it becomes ass. But yeah, everything I like everything before that pretty much. Really
interesting.
Yeah, so I would recommend you watch the first 20 minutes of the Minecraft. I don't know about the rest of it.
So you're saying the first 20 minutes is more palatable, more like digestible than the rest of the movie is just yes.
But if you find yourself watching Minecraft, watch the unfinished version that I watched. That was hilarious to watch unfinished CGI for Minecraft.
You watched?
It's I found a version of the movie where it's like a work print of the movie and it's hilarious.
Are you crying?
No,
I look over. He's like fucking like head down. Like, what's going on? Can I just read this comment real quick
macho.
about the Chosen, the Last Supper? I was an atheist when my sister convinced me to watch The Chosen in the fall of 2023. Jesus wasn't real to me until The Chosen. I love how you brought Jesus and his followers alive with this series. I became a Christian, joined a church, got baptized, and am so looking forward to seeing season 5. My sister and I are going to have a Chosen night at our church, starting with season 1. I love, love, love this series with 3 heart emojis.
Does it make you want to watch the show?
Are you convinced now?
No. No.
But quick question about
I just thought that comment was in
Snow White real quick.
Yes.
I was thinking about it. And since everybody just decided they despise Rachel Zegler, and they think she's worse than Harvey Weinstein, apparently. But what? And I was seeing like another pop star recently. What would you think would happen? Would you think it'd be a better success if, say, someone like Olivia Rodrigo played Snow White? Because I'm just like, she doesn't seem as controversial as Rachel Zegler apparently is. She's a woman of color. She's a good singer.
I feel like you put any woman of color and they were gonna just shit on it.
Shit on it, yeah. But like Rachel Zegler had like the extra baggage. Would it have that extra baggage that Rachel Zegler had though? Like, would you think this movie would be more successful?
They'd probably go out and see it.
Yeah. I feel like more people would watch it.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. I don't think it would have the backlash. I don't know what Rachel did. What did she do?
We talked about it.
Oh my goodness.
We talked about it for like
we talked about it for like a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Ever since it first happened.
Yeah, she spoke. That's all you need to
Thank
know.
you, Josh, for just being nice.
So okay, this is my issue.
How about we actually talked about it?
Hold on. Okay. This is my issue.
Yeah.
I feel like if things, and by things I mean just like a bunch of stuff didn't happen, it wouldn't have been that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and by
yeah.
that I mean it was just like literally a series of unfortunate events. If like the whole Gal Gadot thing wasn't a problem, you know, people like Gal Gadot for a certain point, and then if Rachel Zegler, you know, sure she shouldn't have made those like comments at first, but at the same time, Disney didn't tell her to like not say anything. I'm pretty sure they coach you to do like to say certain stuff and like that, but they were like, oh, I bet you they said just be you, you know, you say what you want, you know, be free. Because I don't know how true it is, but I was looking or investigating more about it. Don't ask me why. But they were like even Disney themselves, like their PR people mixed with their marketing people were arguing about what they should do, because they were like, some people were like, no, let her go off and like, you know, let her
Go
speak
off,
her mind
queen.
and yeah, like that. And then the marketing people were like, no, quiet her down, or like, you know, take her off of the marketing, you know, like make her just stop talking and all
Take her
that.
out
Just,
the marketing.
well, like as in, well,
She's in the fucking
hold on,
movie.
hold on,
In a
hold
row.
hold on. But this is what I'm saying. They did not do what is it called, a screening, or what do they call it, a premiere? They did not do a premiere for this. They
I
only
remember
did it
seeing that,
in
yeah.
China. And she's the only one that went to the one like in like China, and that's what I'm saying. They usually do like big, like, you know, whatever, but they try to keep her in the spotlight, or out of the spotlight, and that's what I meant. Like they were like, should we keep her away from the spotlight? Should we let her continue saying whatever she wants? And like even Disney themselves didn't know what direction they wanted to go in.
That's crazy.
So it's
Like-
that's what I'm saying. It's like they don't know what they want. Like they just want money, but they don't know how to go about it. So
she had opinions.
and
She did.
you know, everybody has them. It just sucks that like, you know,
Like assholes. Everybody has them.
There you go.
it's just a series of unfortunate events. That's all I could say.
Yeah.
It was just like I don't.
Pun-
And then
Pun
at the end of the day, it seemed like
Pun
the movie
intended.
wasn't good.
Yeah.
That's all. I haven't seen it yet, but I just heard everybody just say it's not a good movie. So.
Well, and it just feels like Disney's live action
Not.
track record
Yeah.
is just not good.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just seems like they.
We'll have a few like decent ones every
Yeah.
now and then, but like I enjoyed the little what's it called, Little Mermaid one, a decent amount. But yeah,
It just seems like they know, like, okay, we can make money on these. If it happens, it happens. If not,
yeah.
you know what I mean. It's a fucking tax write-off.
But
Blame Rachel.
as far as what Alec, what your question was, I don't think it would have mattered. I mean,
Yeah,
yes, like it probably like, you know, would have still upset people, like, oh, it's not a white woman,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not white, whatever. But like, you know, what if Olivia Rodrigo would have said something too? Because she's a little more outspoken. It was on certain stuff, whatever.
I
But
also-
it's just, yeah,
Sorry, I also think because of the whole Little Mermaid fiasco, that people
That's where it
already,
started.
yeah,
Yeah.
that people that carried over to this.
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like they once it was like, okay, what's her name is going to be Little Mermaid. People were like, oh, you know what? And then it's like, okay, well now Rachel is going to be Snow White. I think it just kind of carried over
Yes.
to the, you know, it's probably that same minority of people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They actually can't. I think they actually like not cancel. They put on hold the Tangled remake
Yeah.
because they're going
Because
to
of
do a
this.
Tangled remake. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for Tangled, I just feel like you should just get Sabrina Carpenter and call it a day.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
all you need.
I mean,
And
can't go
whatever
wrong
else-
there.
Yeah, exactly.
You
But,
know- Alright.
You know where else you can't go wrong?
Yeah.
With John. Oh wait, we're in Jon Burgundy.
So,
Come on, Jamal.
That's my fault.
so this story comes from Vulture.com. The 78th Cannes Film Festival is set to run from May 13th through May 24th, 2025. Something coming up in May 24th.
What?
My wedding.
Oh,
Okay.
Shit.
So
I didn't know that.
I'm going to con, so
Fuck your win.
you better
Fuck your win.
no you better miss the last day. You better miss the last day. No, but
Damn, that's crazy. Like, okay, real quick. Would you miss like your friend's wedding if you had the opportunity to go to cons? Like, this is the only time in your life you will ever be able to go. You cannot go any other time. Or do you go to Jonathan's wedding?
what kind of friend?
Oh, and
Sorry,
then
Dad.
hold on.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
then you get to meet Scorsese.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
hold on. As a wedding gift, the least you could do is
There's
just get me on the phone or something.
I'll FaceTime you.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm about to say there's literally nothing you can say to get
Give me at least a live cameo. That's what it's called, right? The cameos.
Yeah,
Give me a live cameo.
Continue with the story.
So, the Cannes Film Festival boasts a star-studded and globally diverse lineup that continues to position the festival as a key launchpad for award season to contenders. The films that will compete in the main competition of the Palme d'Or or Dior? Palme d'Or. Was that again?
The Palm Diddy.
The Palme d'Or include.
They having a hell of a movie night in prison, huh?
The Palm Diddy.
The following films include Wes Anderson's The Phoenician Scheme, a espionage film starring Benicio del Toro and Michael Cera.
Ooh, interesting.
Ari Aster's Eddington, a Western dark comedy set during the 2020 COVID, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Austin Butler, and Emma Stone. Oh, so Joaquin didn't walk away from this one, huh?
Yeah, he tried to show up this time.
Kelly Reichert?
Yeah, Kelly Reichert.
Kelly Reichert, The Mastermind, a Vietnam War heist drama starring Josh O'Connor and Alana Haim.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Linklaters? Nouvelle Vague, a 60s period piece about the making of the French New Wave classic Breathless. Ooh, is that the one that was like a silent film, right?
No, it's not
Oh,
silent.
no, wait, which one's
It's the one with a lot of jump cuts.
there you go. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Julia
Corno.
Alpha, a body horror drama. So basically, The Substance Part 2. Joaquin Trier's Sentimental Value, a Nordic family drama starring Stellan Skarsgård.
Damn, hell of them. Scars, huh?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the father.
Oh, that's the father.
Yeah.
Okay. Other films being presented out of competition are Spike Lee's
You
highest.
missed one.
That's
What?
You missed one.
okay. This motherfucker.
Where?
Under sentimental value. I had the perfect joke.
Okay, because I'm reading that shit.
Other films presented?
Billy Wash's Medellin, a biopic on the life of Pablo Escobar starring Vincent Chase.
Oh, snap. I didn't copy that one.
Right,
Sorry, my bad.
so hold on. Because I was sitting here reading this before he was
It
going.
was such a good joke.
And I was like, I was so like thrown off because I'm like, wait a minute, like,
my bad.
are they actually showing the fucking Medellin?
doing the movie from Entourage? But okay, Jonathan ruined the joke.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
There's a whole episode
Yeah.
in Entourage dedicated of the boys in that show going to Cannes. And they had a movie called Medellin they made about Pablo Escobar. It's like a 4-hour movie, and everybody hated it.
It like spans like 3 seasons. They were trying to get this damn
building
thing
up to
made.
that movie. Yeah, then they premiered at Cannes, and it ended up sucking ass.
That's such a good joke.
Damn near ruined his career, but yeah, John ruined it.
No,
Yeah,
that's
anyway.
such a good joke because I legit was reading it.
Yeah,
Narco.
basically, yeah.
Because then, right, the other films being presented out of competition are Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest, starring Denzel Washington, A$AP Rocky, and Ice Spice.
Wow.
Now I'm like, wait a minute, is this shit real?
Oh, that's a real one.
No, but like when I'm reading like Billy Wash's, and then I see A$AP Rocky and Ice Spice with Denzel, my whole shit was thrown off. I'm sitting here like, damn, this shit don't even sound real.
Also, Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning and Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut titled Eleanor the Great, starring June Squibb.
That's a good joke, though, Alec.
With films such as Parasite, Anora, and The Substance winning big at the festival and going on to make a splash at the Oscars, will any of these see a potential Best Picture winner from this lineup? Do you guys see any?
Medellin all day.
Okay.
This is gonna
Billy
win.
Walsh, baby, Vinny Chase.
He was fucking crazy.
I want to say The Phoenician Scheme, maybe.
Okay, we're talking about Billy Wash's Medellin.
The greatest film ever made.
God damn it, man. Okay, go ahead.
I say Wes Anderson's Phoenician Scheme.
Okay.
Only because I'm a big Benicio del Toro fan.
Did
So.
you see the trailer for it?
No, I have not.
It came out this past week.
Oh, I need to check it out.
I mean, Ari Aster's Eddington.
Ari Aster.
That's a star-studded cast.
That's a
Mhm.
very, very interesting one.
Yeah. I don't know.
And
I'd have to see it. I'd have to
there
watch
it
like some
is.
trailers.
I'm sure it's gonna be controversial since it's dealing with COVID and everything. So
That's true.
A Western dark comedy, huh?
yeah,
So is it like a
modern day like Western?
I
That
don't know.
takes place 2020.
But then this
crazy.
Viet War heist drama.
Oh yeah, the Mastermind.
That sound like Viet War. What I said? Viet War. I said
Vietnam War.
Vietnam War
heist drama.
Heist drama. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's stars the dude from Challengers, the black haired guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, how interesting do you think the Breathless one can be?
well, that could be cool. I mean, Richard Linklater is always usually very good, and I like Breathless. So in that period of filmmaking, the French New Wave hasn't really. I don't think they really made a movie about like that era. So
Yeah.
that'd be interesting to see. I think that'd be a good one.
Alpha again. Yeah, that one kind of seems without it saying kind of what it's about. I don't want to just say it's another substance.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Okay.
but it is body horror. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the other ones.
Billy Wash. And
Billy
Mini.
Wash's mini.
Yes.
4 hours.
Fucking suit.
Yeah, fucking suit.
But
Have you ever seen Entourage, Jonathan?
No,
So why are you laughing?
because I mean,
I like to laugh.
I like to laugh. I mean,
Go ahead, laugh.
But yeah, the Spike Lee's one, that's not a competition, but it's gonna be premiering there. That one's highest to lowest.
What is
Sounds like
that
a
about?
music video.
That one's actually an interesting one because it's a remake of his Akira Kurosawa film called High and Low, and that's about this rich guy that like runs a company, and then like one of his employees' sons gets kidnapped, and then he holds the kid for ransom, and then like basically the rich guy is pretty much deciding, should I give him money or just like just let the kid like just kind of die or something like that.
Do you think this could be Spike's and Denzel's last movie together?
I don't know. I mean,
Because it seems like Denzel is like he's kind of talking like he's like, yeah, I've pretty much done everything I wanted to do.
retiring, yeah.
Retiring.
Mhm.
Like he seems like you don't start saying that shit unless it's like
Serious?
Yeah. We'll see. I would like to see them do a little bit more because I feel like they're like probably we're gonna talk about director actor collabs.
Yes.
they're
But
up there.
they're definitely up there. But yeah, maybe this could be like one of their swan songs at least. Or at least like maybe they'll do one more after this.
I was gonna say, looking at it with ASAP Rocky and Ice Spice, I would bank on them having something else.
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't think they want.
I think in this one he plays like a music mogul, probably like a Jay-Z. Denzel playing like a Jay-Z type, I think. And ASAP Rocky is the guy that gets kidnapped, I think. So
I think like obviously Denzel is fantastic.
yeah.
And he's a leading man to the day he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's not anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now he could just be such a great supporting that like you know what you're gonna get, and you know that like he'll come in, he'll steal whatever scene he wants, but like he doesn't need to lead.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I would
have that aura.
Yeah, I would kind of like to see him like work with like some young up and coming black actors to give them that rub
Mm-hmm.
of just like, hey, if you can hang with me, you're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like imagine if Spike Lee directed a biopic, specifically the Beatles.
Ooh.
So, talking
That's a
about the
good one.
Beatles.
That'd be insane. Think about it. Wait, hold up.
So, Sony Pictures has officially announced the cast and release plan for its highly anticipated Beatles biopic project with a major twist. Directed by Oscar winner Sam Mendes, American Beauty 1917. The story of the Beatles will be told not in one film, but across 4 separate interconnected biopics, each from the perspective of the different band member. Paul Mescal will play Paul McCartney. Harris Dickinson takes on John Lennon. Joseph Quinn becomes George Harrison. And Barry Keoghan portrays Ringo Starr. All 4 films are set to release in April 2028, with Sony planning a first of its kind bingeable theater experience where the movies will premiere in close succession. This marks the first time the Beatles story will be told with full cooperation from the band's estate and using their original music, making it a cinematic event like no other. The film supposedly starts shooting sometime this year and will last for nearly over a year. What do we think of this very unique strategy from Sony, and do you think each film will have financial critical success?
Yeah, this was an interesting one because I remember them talking about them doing the Beatles biopic and splitting up into parts. But I didn't know
they were gonna actually go through with it.
And I didn't know they would be releasing them in the same month because I think they're gonna release it week by week during the month of April.
Sheesh.
Which is really interesting, and I don't know
That's
how that
bold.
would work because you're
Yeah.
asking people to come back every week to watch the next part of the movie.
To watch
I don't even get paid like that.
from different angles. $100. It's spending like $100 in the month just to watch the Beatles.
Now, let me ask you guys this before you go, because it's about that. Would it have rather been better if it's like every month, so once every month, or was that still too often?
I can see that being better. I mean, you can generate a little bit more hype between releases.
Okay.
But then I guess you got to spend more money on marketing.
Oh,
then
that's
too,
true.
and like maybe premieres, but like I don't know.
That's true too.
Then you could just have more premiere from one movie, or like all the movies, but like just watch one. I don't know, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also seems like it's gonna hurt their overall like box office numbers.
Yeah, because who's really gonna like run out to watch the Ringo Starr movie?
I was gonna say, yeah. But like, what if one of the band members don't do as well because they're like,
obviously everybody's gonna probably see like Paul and John.
Yeah.
But like,
that's the hard part though.
Mhm.
It's almost like you have to release those two after.
Yeah.
They have to be the last two released.
first and then last.
Yeah. No.
But you probably want to start strong.
Well,
though.
that's
Like,
true,
you
too.
really
That's why I
jump
said
in
first
and
and then last.
But then, okay, so let's say you start with, would you start with Paul? Or would you save him for the end?
maybe start with Paul. Maybe
And end with John.
end with John. Maybe.
So then what if somebody's like, well, I could just piece the shit in together between Ringo and fucking George. I'll just, you know what I mean?
Hold on.
Like-
You say that, but that was the approach to Marvel. Like you have to watch one to kind of understand what's going to go happen in the next. Remember, for the longest
But
time,
this
that
is
was
different though because you're seeing like the same story but from different perspectives.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. But what he's saying is, I can piece together these stories. But
Yeah.
like, if people did it for Marvel, like you have to watch one to kind of understand the
Yeah.
other. It's gonna work. I
Like,
think it's gonna
you're
work.
seeing the same scene but from like
Paul, Ringo, George, John.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah.
But like you're seeing like the same scenes from the perspective of the other character. Though.
Yes.
But, like,
Oh.
yeah. You're not like seeing like maybe like different
Yeah,
stages of their
it's,
life.
It's like the same.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So-
I thought it was like 4 different stories.
No.
Like, but just yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wow, never mind.
I do think it's interesting because it is a completely different way to do that,
It's very innovative.
which I do applaud and I like
Yeah.
that. And I think what they'll probably end up doing, you'll buy one ticket and you'll be able to go see all of them. Because if you're banking on them to go pay separate,
Yeah.
you're really banking on them to really be like Beatle heavy fans.
And well, you gotta make it a good movie. Like
Yeah.
the first one
Yeah.
better be a good ass movie. 'Cause
Exactly.
It's like, and then why would I continue to see the rest of
Exactly.
it if it's gonna be like more of the same? Really. Yeah.
So I feel like they have to almost bundle it where it's like you can buy separate tickets,
Mhm.
but I think there will be like a bundle thing where it's like, hey, you buy this $100 ticket, you can go see all 4 of them.
yeah.
Because like you said, if you put out a bad one, that first one, all right, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait until it's on Netflix. You know what I mean? Like,
Or like buy 2, watch the other 2 free.
it's interesting though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very interesting.
I don't know about the whole like doing it from different perspectives, and because it is just the same scene, and now you're just like, it's a unique way to do it.
Yeah. But it's like, what do you guys think of the casting though? Because I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on it. Yeah, Paul Mescal
I think
as
it's
Paul
pretty cool.
McCartney. Joseph Quinn as George Harrison.
Yeah.
It's
because I get the argument that Beatle fans are making for sure. Because like when they started, they were young. They were young, 19.
Like, okay.
They were like teenagers essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then you get like these guys in their late 20s, early 30s to play the Beatles at their peak. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's believable.
I think they went for star power.
They did, absolutely, yeah.
Which, as I'm looking at it, I'm not like nobody. They're all talented, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But nobody like jumps off the page.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where I'm like, oh, this person's gonna be Paul McCartney.
Like they're still at the same level in a way.
Like nobody like stands above where you're like, oh, okay, like yeah. And maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they wanted it to be like so that they don't blow somebody out of the water. Mm-hmm. But I think with it being the Beatles, like everybody knows the Beatles.
Yeah.
So I feel like you kind of needed a little bit more star power, but I think they're banking off of like the Beatles actually just carrying it, the success. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out though, because I don't know, like a week after each other. Yeah, like do you stretch it out like a month? Like hell, stretch that bitch out for the year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like stretch it out for like
every other month.
Yeah.
Come out with it. Yeah.
Like, because then I feel like you can at least. It's going to do crazy numbers, right? It's going to do well. But I feel like asking people, and like you said, asking people to come back a week after, a week after, a week after. If that first one is bad,
yeah,
that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would I want to continue?
Yeah,
seeing these other films when this one's like ass. Yeah, it's like
But I mean, it is.
I mean, it's got a great director behind it, and
is he directing all of these?
Yes, he's directing all of them. Mm-hmm.
And then they actually get to use like the Beatles music and all that stuff.
That's very crucial.
Yeah.
So that's that's a big part. It'll be interesting. Will I go see it? No. But
got the blessings of Paul McCartney and Ringo, I'm sure, because they're the only surviving members.
Who do you know who their last what do they call record company was, or like, you know what I mean,
I think Michael Jackson had their stuff.
Yeah.
But what company? What
I don't think it mattered. I think he bought him. So.
I can't remember
what because what I'm trying to say is
Abbey Road. I know that's a street, but it's like a studio, right?
Yeah. Because what I'm trying to say is like if like Sony Pictures had owned the rights, whatever. I know that like Michael Jackson bought them or had them, but I think like because he had died and all that, I think like Sony was able to reabsorb them if they were the original like studio production that owned them or whatever. It's I would say, of course, like they need the permission, but it's a little bit easier. Like, hey, we own kind of like some of the rights to your thing. Is it okay to have your blessing to kind of do it? Whereas like if it's another like Universal Studios that has also Universal Music and all that like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a little it was placed into their court, but I don't know if it's really Sony Pictures that has their music licenses. And all
to
that.
me, the real question is right. How in depth are we going to get?
Yeah, I don't know what exactly
their plan,
the period of time that they're like focusing.
They have
on,
difference,
because I don't know if they're gonna like show John Lennon's death. Or
that's what I'm saying.
George Harrison's death or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
how deep they're gonna go into the Beatles' history for sure.
Because maybe
they'll end at Yellow Submarine and this. That's what they end at, or when they start doing drugs.
Yeah, that's the thing with biopics, man. It's like
and with their breakup.
Yeah,
they break up.
I want to see all that, and it's like I know the family has like the final say and all that stuff, and you don't want to put that out. But
especially
also
with John Lennon, I'm just saying.
Yeah. What if each film is a different decade? Ooh,
probably, maybe. Yeah, I don't know exactly how they're like doing the story, but I just know how they're like releasing it. But yeah.
Because like, and I'm sure we'll see it with the Michael Jackson biopic. They're not gonna touch on like all that other stuff.
Why are you laughing?
You see, I'm doing good.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm doing good this episode.
I'm sorry. You just said they're not gonna touch.
Okay.
On that stuff.
All right.
Will we see that? Oh yeah, true.
That's a good point.
I did hear they're splitting it into two parts now.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Black and white.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are splitting into. I'm assuming the first part will be the more joyful part of his life, and the second part will be the real shit.
Mm.
They
pre-black, the white.
hear they go into it.
Okay.
Yeah, they do go into it.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I just feel like like you got to tell like that whole story.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Think
interesting
they're
to
gonna show the
see.
dad part.
The what?
The dad?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's beat his ass into superstardom.
Yeah.
How come I ain't hear you sing in the shower?
American Dynasty.
Yeah.
American
Yeah.
Family.
10 hours,
Yeah,
whatever that was.
yeah. But oh my God, if Michael Jackson came out this year, that would have meant like Coleman Domingo would have been 3 in a row because he's playing Joe Jackson,
Oh wow.
and that's gonna be we're gonna see Coleman Domingo like we never seen him before.
He looks like he's ready to beat somebody ass.
Fucked up shit. Because Coleman Domingo just seems like such a chill guy all the time. It's like so see him being like Joe Jackson level mean is gonna be crazy.
But I like that dad that they had on the TV one.
Oh yeah, he was good.
He was pretty good.
Angela Bassett was the mom. Wasn't she?
She just does everything.
Yeah, she's always.
I know this is super late into the show, but I did watch Adolescence.
Oh, you did? Yeah,
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah,
I'm so like because I was thinking about beating Michael Jackson into superstardom. And for some reason, like I was like, "Oh, I did watch Adolescence."
Whoop that kid. We can talk about that more next episode.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about that too. I've seen that as well.
But yeah, it'll
Funny.
be interesting to see like what they touch on, and like Josh said, if it's a different decade each film, which could be interesting. They have a lot of things that they could kind of do to make it kind of unique, and I think releasing it's essentially a 4-parter.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. John Lennon is definitely dark.
Yeah,
and
Yoko
Ono. Yeah, I think they're getting the actress from Shogun to play Yoko Ono.
Not
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Anna Sawai.
not Aquafina.
Actually, that would have been fire. I would have. Can you imagine? What is you talking about?
Ringo,
Bring out.
Paul, stop.
Bok, bitch.
What are you talking about? Oh man, this
so
next
funny.
segue is too easy that I'm not even gonna touch it.
God damn it.
Not even gonna touch that one.
Okay. Let me just go into the next one. So, this
Hold on. No, I have to say something else because
No,
it's going to be too
please.
obvious. I am excited for the 4-parter.
I hope it does good numbers.
I'm not excited for. Just because I feel like it still would have been too obvious if we went straight into like. So I feel like I
Let me
had
just
to
go
like,
into the story.
do
Hey,
it.
I'm trying to be
Thank
better
you.
for you guys.
I'm trying to be a better man here.
We appreciate it. So this story comes from the website The Guardian. In a significant escalation of the U.S. and China trade tensions, China has announced plans to reduce the number of American films imported into its theaters. This move comes in direct response to President Donald Trump's recent imposition of 125% tariff on Chinese imports, a decision that has been met with strong criticism from Beijing. The China Film Administration stated that this tariff hike would inevitably further reduce a domestic audience's favorability towards American films, signaling a shift in culture exchange dynamics between the two nations. How big of an impact do we think this film will have in the already struggling film industry? Your thoughts?
Yeah, so we're not going to act like we know everything about tariffs. But I've been learning about tariffs more and more.
Yeah.
Basically, China don't want to pay more.
Yeah.
And I get that to have imports over from America and then have imports over from China.
Yeah.
And you notice sometimes the film industry will pander to China in their movies
That's true.
a lot of time, and because they drive up a lot of market over there for
They do.
Hollywood. That's why we got so many goddamn Transformers movies. And so many goddamn Transformers movies and Fast and Furious. They play well. Those movies play well, very well internationally.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, yeah, this is gonna be like a big dive on the industry's numbers if this really goes through, because it's gonna be real bad.
I mean, if I may,
Because we're already in a really weird place anyway.
yeah. If I may jump in, I remember hearing that like China gave us a big number of like box office numbers, and like that country, like it already has a lot of people in it, right? The population is huge over there, so that's a huge market. In general. And like I remember the first time I heard about that was with, I don't know if you remember, but the Pirates of the Caribbean 3 when they did that film, and then like they were like, oh, it took place like, you know, in I don't know. It was a big film, right? And I remember they were saying like, I can't remember, did it do well or did it not do well in the box office?
Pirates of the Caribbean 3?
Yeah.
Oh, it did absolutely well.
Yeah. And so like I remember hearing that like a big part of it was like that China came out to support or something like that. And that's when I realized like, I didn't, well, for one, I should have realized that, you know, American films go out to all these other countries and like, you know, they play it and all that.
Yeah.
And like that one of the biggest countries that have like the huge amount of population, like if they watch it and they like it, that's a huge number coming over here and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think we're really gonna see a little bit of a problem here with the numbers and all that.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm a little worried. I don't know. Well,
I mean, yeah, it's definitely, if it happens, it's definitely gonna have a big impact. I mean, hell, the theaters are already struggling right now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
because before Minecraft blew up, yeah, they weren't doing too well. Weren't doing too hot in the last 4 months or so.
and so
Yeah.
you throw this in, and it's like, yeah, that's a huge like chunk of like your film success going right there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's
Like
gonna be-
fucking Transformers, what was it, 4 had a whole ass third act in China.
Yeah.
And that movie was like one of the more successful ones of the franchise. Because China's like, oh shit.
We're there.
We got Autobots in our city. So it was like pretty crazy to think like we won't get like a huge sum of
Yeah.
their money from them.
Yeah.
Well, and then and you kind of mentioned it on like a previous episode with like the amount of money that studios are spending on these movies,
Yeah.
like $200-300 million.
Yeah, ridiculous amount of money.
And now it's like, well, shit, if you can't get your stuff into China, sheesh.
Get back that cost up.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can you make a movie for 10?
Yeah, can you make the next Avengers movie for about like $20? 300 million for Transformers. Yeah, in China.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that's a huge amount. 'Cause
Yeah.
that movie made like $1 billion.
Yeah.
So that's like a huge.
So you take
Yeah,
that
chunk.
take that away.
Yeah,
It's like, are you even making money?
yeah, exactly.
And then
yeah.
that kind of changes like what can be made, and yeah. So say
we will see what happens
Yeah.
as this country continues to
We'll,
fumble.
we'll keep a close eye on it.
We'll
know.
keep a close
We'll
eye
see.
on it just to see, because
say
like,
bye bye to your billion, Avatar.
because we do,
Bro.
Because we do what we love to make movies, and
Yeah.
we hope to
Yeah.
like make movies.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
For the
money.
masses.
Making a lot of money, and yeah, I would be sad to see before we make
Before
our
we
big,
even get a
before we ever
chance.
get a check to make our big break.
Sorry,
The-
fellas.
the
We
film
couldn't hold it
industry
down
is
for you
gone.
guys.
They were just making movies for streaming and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
Tubi.
Lord.
Theaters are gone
Tubi.
forever
Yeah.
for Tubi.
Some new platform.
Like, yeah, they're gonna create all kinds of new bullshit. Just like, new streaming. AMC Plus now, no more theaters, just AMC on your phone.
BT Double Plus.
plus. Yeah.
Regal Premium Plus
Good.
/ Tubi.
Presents
Exactly.
in
Yeah,
association with BET Plus Plus. Comes Medea's final reunion.
Oh, that right. You know what I saw the other day? I saw when I was at the store. I saw Medea Gets a Job.
Oh god.
Oh.
That's a play that Tyler Perry did.
This motherfucker just doesn't stop, man. It's like he just
Yeah, Medea Gets a Job. That's the
just
funniest time
cranks
I've ever
out like
seen.
the worst shit. And he's making millions of dollars.
Exactly. But yeah, hopefully
Yeah, he's got it.
things get well. He's got it.
Yes.
Hopefully things get well before then. But yeah.
Continue to tune in Jon Burgundy, and we'll let you guys
We'll
know
let you know
posted.
what happens.
Yes.
Let
But
you know what happens in China.
we'll take a trip down there. We'll see what happens. we'll let you guys know personally. But yeah, that was Jon Burgundy. fellas.
Thank you, Donovan.
Nice.
But what you suggested a film last episode,
I did.
And I had y'all being under the parameters of being like 77 and before. The year 1977 and before that. Like you had to choose any movie from then.
Even though a lot of the good films are after that.
Oh, nice bird. He fucking was sitting on that one.
Okay, I guess we're saying The Godfather's trash.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Okay. I take that one comic back. But to be fair, you say we couldn't pick a lot of
the big
movies.
ones, yeah. Like not like the obvious ones.
Yeah.
But because I knew you motherfuckers would have chose Jaws or some shit.
But yes, so for the viewers, to remind them, last episode I had chosen North by Northwest.
None
other than director Alfred Hitchcock.
I was like, please don't forget his name.
No. The godfather of directors.
Yeah,
Alfred
this
Hitchcock.
motherfucker was making movies when they didn't have sound.
Yeah.
That's all.
So
that's how far back he goes.
So it's funny that you say that because like as I was watching it, I was like, man, this is crazy because like I'm watching it and I'm listening to it and I'm like, yeah, this is definitely recorded way after like ADR or whatever, because like the sounds don't quite like nowadays we're just used to it, like how things should sound.
Like how I thought what was the one you suggested?
The Great Silence.
The Great Silence. Yeah.
I thought that shit was ADR.
I mean, it was.
I mean, this was a little bit better, ADR and all that, but it's just I don't know, like because the way
it's just the technology.
Yeah, no, of course, no, and I'm not like bashing on it, like I'm just saying like how much like things have evolved, technology has evolved, and But yeah, because like they're like, what are you doing over there? Like they were like like their expressions would be like this.
What are you doing over there?
And then like their voice is just so mellow.
Accent,
But yeah, no, it was a great fun watch. I guess are we gonna get into it now or
yeah? Okay,
so let me give you a quick
Spoiler.
So, for those that haven't watched it, go out and watch it. But I really enjoyed this film. I gave it a peak.
Wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's tough for me to watch old movies and like really sit down and enjoy them for a long period of time.
That's why I'm doing this.
And I forgot. I completely forgot.
Making me watch classics. How dare you?
It's when I chose it, I didn't realize it was a 2 hour, roughly 2 hours, a little.
It's
plus,
one of his longer ones, yeah.
Films, and so I was like, I've always wanted to watch this, and then I'm over there watching it right after Warfare 2. That was back to back films, and I was like, okay, let me watch this, and I'm like watching it, and I'm like seeing like how long it takes for the movie, and I'm like, damn, this is only the beginning. It definitely like picked up kind of quick. I'm not gonna lie. For me, it picked up kind of quick, which was good. And I was like, wow. So we are following this person, Thornhill.
Yeah, Thornhill.
Thornhill, right? Essentially,
played by Cary Grant.
There you go. Who gets mistaken by like this person? Fuck, I forgot his name. Shit. I watched the film. I watched it.
I can tell you did.
But he gets mistaken for somebody, George Kaplan, and that's literally that's how it takes off. He's just like going about his day.
Accused.
He gets falsely accused of being this guy named George Kaplan, and that's where I kind of got caught the entire time of like, okay, who is George Kaplan? That's where I I got like I guess hooked in this film. Was like, who's George Kaplan? I want to find out who he is.
Yeah,
and we're following him and all that. Some of the stuff that I did find kind of funny though was like the when they were like when he was like driving drunk and he's like this on the steering wheel and like
the rear projector.
Yeah, the rear projector. He's just like this, and then like the actual cars were like, I found those funny, but I know it was like back then and all that. But man, Alfred Hitchcock knows how to direct the hell out of a movie. Like I love a lot of like the moving shots. There were barely any like tripod shots. It was a lot of like movements.
That's what I'm saying.
Shots.
Like I was gonna mention it. Like if he had the technology that we have now, he would have been going crazy with that shit. Because like he was basically doing like what you call it, like dolly shots, or
Yeah.
like what you call it, like tracking shots.
Yeah.
Like before, that was like a really like you could do that like easier a lot now, because back then cameras were heavy as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And stuff, but yeah, he had like the rear projector while they're walking out the building, and it's like the camera's pulling back as they're walking forward. It's like that's like innovative shit.
Yeah.
Like you can do easily now, like easily I should say, but like
Yeah.
you could do it like way easier now than back then.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, watching all this stuff, it just like, I will say this, it gave me a better like understanding how far we've come, and like appreciation for like filmmaking in general, and like, man, this is how it was before, and he was able to make this out of that, you know what I mean? So that it was a little bit of motivation for me of like, man, we have cameras on our phones now, you know, something that they would have never, like, you know, anybody couldn't have access to it, like a camera. So now it's just like, you know, we got to step our stuff, you know, we can't put those excuses in front of us and all that. But really, really great story. The whole entire time I was looking for the MacGuffin. The famous MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Which I'll let Jamal explain, because he's a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan.
The biggest about all was
Yes,
all
you
his
know.
work.
Can you explain to the viewers what a MacGuffin is? You know, Alfred Hitchcock, back in school, we learned that his theory for films is like you always add a MacGuffin in a film.
Yeah. Sorry. I had a throat sparks.
I want to see this.
Yeah. You know, I watched it. I watched The Pit yesterday. It was the season finale, and then I was like, oh, okay. I know I got to watch North by Northwest.
Yeah, no Noah Wiley in this one. I'm sorry.
So a MacGuffin. Well, hold on. Let me just give my thoughts on the movie first.
Yeah. How you want to say it?
Yeah, you know, that iconic scene of the plane flying over, and he's waiting for the buzz. Oh shit! And then he's like stabs the guy with the scissors in the train station.
Okay.
Those are scenes.
Yeah. Well, I'm collecting my thoughts, Alec. I'm collecting my thoughts. You know, like
you
overall,
could get a lifeline.
no, listen. Like, no, like overall, like, you know, some really beautiful shots in there. Cary Grant, I mean, he's been around. You know, Vertigo.
Yes, indeed.
That was Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah. You know, overall, man, I mean, like when you look at like what he was able to do with what he had, it's mind-boggling, man. You know, like just like you said, the rear projection when he's walking.
What movie?
You know,
I watched a movie.
Yeah, it was super solid. I agree with what Jonathan said. I agree with what you're going to say, Alec. I agree with
before you say it.
I agree with what Josh said as well. So, yeah, man.
Okay.
Like, I understand.
I do want to say before we continue, was that a real plane crash that they
Yes.
did?
Yes, it was.
I didn't write it down. I didn't write it down, but I want to say he was the OG Christopher Nolan. When, you know,
That's
what
you
I
know,
meant.
I had that same I saw it, right? I had that same thought to that.
Alec, make him stop.
Yeah, I can get to my review if you want to.
Thank
Jamal. It's okay.
I did watch it.
What happened at what was the last shot?
That's true.
It said the end.
The last shot.
It faded to black and it said the end.
The last shot.
Well,
What happened?
That was insane to me.
Before the end.
hold on, let me tell you one scene. He goes to the lady's house or apartment. You know, he fakes like he's gonna take a shower. She leaves. Yeah, I give it a solid mid. Train.
The train going into the hole.
Man, I didn't know they ran a train on it.
The train going into the.
Train going
they're
into
about
the
to have sex.
They're about to see.
Anyways,
Alec, you
my review. But I love this movie, 100%. And it's crazy because this like predates the Bond films for sure. What?
No, I was saying it predates the Bond films
Which one?
for sure.
Which one though?
Goldie face.
Alec, I'm waiting to hear your review. of the film.
Doctor No. That's the first Bond movie.
Mr. Pussy.
But yeah, this has all. It feels like you can say like this is a ripoff of like a James Bond movie, like back then anyway. But it has like all the traits you would see those movies have. Like it has the adventure, has like the suave like main character, and the villain, like the MacGuffin, of course, is in there.
The villain.
And the love interest, all the sexiness. It's like all the things like you find in a James Bond movie, yeah. And then like all the it's set like all the bunch of precedents for like a lot of other movies, like Enemy of the State. Like it'd be like it's pretty similar to that, like or like The Fugitive, like movies like that.
I was gonna say you can see where like they take inspiration from it.
Yeah.
I can't take this seriously.
But no, yeah, like Jonathan said, Hitchcock knew how to fucking direct the shit out of a movie and just like where to place the camera. But like I said, like cameras back then they were heavier, and like you shot on film, so like you really just had like to really know what you were doing, especially spending on the studio's money, and yeah, just like you had to make sure you know what you're getting on the day you're shooting, because like
you don't got a lot of chances with film.
Yeah, exactly. Vista Vision. Oh yeah, shot in Vista Vision. We've been seeing that more often lately. Especially
That's
with
crazy.
The Brutalist.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is like such an enjoyable film. It's like this feels like a perfect like summer movie to watch.
Doesn't it seem, not to cut you off, but doesn't it seem like The Brutalist would be something Hitchcock would direct?
No, I wouldn't say that. It was more.
I'm sorry.
I would say he would probably direct something closer to Oppenheimer or like Tenet, like something more like that. Like more like I feel like
Well, I mean, there's different versions of Hitchcock. You can think he would direct Oppenheimer, and I think he would direct The Brutalist.
Name 5 Hitchcock movies.
Vertigo, Birds, North by Northwest, Psycho, and Fuck Off. Okay. Take that, shove it up your ass, because I know you didn't even think I was gonna get fucking 4.
I would hope to God you get 4. I knew there'd be one that at least miss. But yeah,
honestly, I surprised myself.
But yeah, I would give this a peak cinema, and for people kind of more stingy on like watching older movies, you can learn a lot from these movies for sure, and learn a lot. You can still just have as much fun as you do with movies that come out now. I would argue this is better than a lot of movies that come out now, especially in the last couple months. Because holy shit. But I would give this a peak cinema for sure. Hitchcock.
Can I
amazing filmmaker.
Come back around? So a MacGuffin, since Jamal kind of forgot about the thing, but
it just slipped my mind.
A MacGuffin, and Alec can correct me if I'm mistaken, but it's essentially something that you want the audience to kind of pay attention to and like follow along, or like you're like, okay, what is that? What is that? What is that? But it never reveals what it is.
Yeah.
It's just to kind of like help you stay motivated on the story.
It's not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. Yeah. And the best explanation I can give to
I'll give you one. I had a MacGuffin in Circle of Sinners. Because Miguel Antonio puts a briefcase on the podium. He opens it up. What happens with that briefcase?
That's exactly it. It's like in Pulp Fiction, right?
Come on, Alec.
Do you see
Come on, Alec.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction, the briefcase.
The briefcase.
Yeah.
They never show what's inside.
See?
But it keeps the story motivated. And then so I was trying to look for the MacGuffin in this, and
ever seen Mission Impossible 3, The Rabbit's Foot? Remember that?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, they're like, what is the rabbit's foot? It doesn't really reveal.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Let me ask you, Alec.
Well, I'm offended.
Where are you going to ask, John?
When he pulled the lady up, right? When she was like, holding her hand, like, lift me up.
The match cut up.
And then the match cut
Mount
to,
Rushmore,
to
their bedroom. Or the train.
The train. Was that 100% how that was supposed to go?
Like the cut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my thing was, there was an alternate ending, a like sad ending. and that they did that match cut to do like, oh, the audience wanted a more happier ending. Maybe it was just me still reminiscing or like feeling so sad and depressed from the great silence, that I was like, I don't want a happy ending. I was literally mentally preparing for like a super sad ending where she fell and like, femme fatale and like, she dies or whatever. But then she survived and they kind of like, go off happily ever after.
As far as I know, there's not like a sad ending or anything.
Okay.
But, I could see that being possible. Yes. But yeah, I feel like this is always meant to be like a more like a crowd pleasing type of film.
Okay, which I'm fine with. But again, I don't know. Maybe you got me in that super negative mentality now that I'm like, oh no, sometimes the person doesn't get the girl or whatever.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
And then like speaking of like Cary Grant, the actor, the lead actor, we don't get dudes like him anymore in movies.
Yeah,
he's like super cool, like very quick-witted and just like.
Well, that's because they act different now. They just don't act the same like how they did back then.
Well, I mean, really, it's like more about being charming.
Oh,
we don't really have like too many charming actors now, for lead actors anyway.
Zachary Levi.
But
he would fit so.
Okay. Let me. That
was like Chris Pratt. My God. Chris Pratt is North by Northwest remake, directed by the Russo brothers. Cost $400 million.
All right. Let me ask you guys this: if they were to do a Cary Grant biopic nowadays, who do you think they would close?
They actually did recently.
Oh, really?
If you're familiar with Jason Isaacs.
No,
he played Father Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies. He was the villain in like a lot of things.
Yes.
He played Cary Grant in a biopic like a couple of years ago. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw like pictures of him. He looks like dead on for like Cary Grant. So it was like I would like to see that.
Okay.
But yeah, they did that like a few years ago. But
that's interesting.
But yeah.
Okay.
But real quick, that's I know we're like
I know
doing a little long, but
of course.
Real quick, what do you think? Jonathan brought it up like a couple weeks ago, but what do you think are the best like director actor duos, like collaborations? Because we brought up Denzel and Spike Lee earlier. So who do you think like ranks among them?
Mine's will be Quentin Tarantino and Brad Pitt. I think they do such So like
what else have they? What have
they did
Once Upon a Time in
Hollywood,
Glorious Bastards.
I'm surprised you didn't say Tarantino and Sam Jackson. I feel like
shoot, that's
I feel like those two are
they're
like
longer,
jelly.
That's why when he said Brad Pitt, I was a little like, I only know.
Actually, I'll switch it. I'll switch to those two.
Because I feel like no one reads his dialogue better than Sam
Jackson. Oof.
Yeah.
I'll change my opinion to those.
Yeah. What about you, Jamal?
I think for me it is Spike Lee and Denzel. I think they just have a pretty good understanding of like what both want to achieve, and I think they just know like, okay, like Spike, he doesn't seem like he's gonna give up too much control. You know what I mean? But like with Denzel, it's like he can't
trusts him or something.
You know what I mean? And I also I choose them because they've done so many kind of different movies. You know?
Yeah, they're also like, it's not like one was a bigger star than the other. Like they were coming up around like the same time as well. So there's like a mutual like respect going on there. Yeah,
and I think like you look at like Malcolm X, he got Game, Inside Man. I feel like there's something else, right?
He got Game, Inside Man,
Malcolm X,
Mo Better Blues.
Yeah.
So
it's like they all of those are different. You know what I mean? I think it shows both of their talents of what they do, and then he worked with his son too, and so it's like, even though he doesn't acknowledge him,
he doesn't acknowledge that boy, John who?
Yeah, I would say them.
Them.
Yeah, but I mean, I would love to do like a deeper dive into this topic too.
Yeah, deeper dive for sure.
What about you, Alec?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but like, of course, there's gotta be like Scorsese and De Niro.
Yeah.
Like every movie they made together, like pretty much 5 out of 5 stars in my.
You could Scorsese and Leo too.
Scorsese and Leo, yeah, for sure. Even like right there, Bong Joon-ho and Song Kang-ho right there. They worked on a bunch of movies together. Those are like one of my favorite duos. I know you guys haven't seen like a lot of their films, But yeah, they were usually.
I
really
feel like I've
fantastic
seen that
together.
actor before in other films
he
as
did a
well.
lot,
But
yeah,
yeah.
They did a movie years ago called Memories of Murder. That's a masterpiece by them. But not other ones. I'm trying to think of like Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks. They usually make great movies together.
Oh, that's what I watched too. Sully.
Sully. Oh yeah, the Clint Eastwood movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who else? Because like there's tons of. I mean, if Sinners knocks it out of the ballpark,
That's
I would
another
say
one.
Coogler and
Right,
Michael B.
Coogler,
Jordan.
that's
I feel
another
like all the movies they made together have been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Denzel and Spike. It's like it was kind of rare to see like a black director and actor duo like that make big movies.
Yeah.
So
Now, now hear me out.
Yeah.
This is just for kicks. Clint Eastwood with Clint Eastwood. He could direct the hell out of himself.
It's like that Obama pick where it's like Obama awarding himself. You so good, Clint. You
good
so
one?
cool.
Good one? Okay, but yeah, no, I mean, yeah, those Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are really good doing together.
Those other ones,
Modern one.
Zemeckis and Hanks. Yeah, Zemeckis and Tom Hanks are usually good together. They made Castaway,
Yeah,
and what's that last movie they did? Here, they did that, the one where it's like
the camera stays still.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
They did, and then they did Forrest Gump.
Oh, they did Forrest
See,
Gump
I
together.
don't like Forrest Gump. See, I don't think about that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know the hot take by me usually.
Okay, we definitely need to come back to this.
We'll have to table
people
that
definitely
one.
People definitely want to hear that one.
That's usually a hot take by me. I know.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I'm like hot takes. My biggest hot takes are Forrest Gump and Interstellar are mid. I know. See, I knew you'd make that face, John.
And it's not because of Interstellar.
Okay, we definitely need
Bubba
to
Gump
talk
fire though. That restaurant fire. But the other one, I mean, you can bring up like Sofia Coppola and Bill Murray. They made great movies together. Wes Anderson and whatever the fuck he's working with, like he worked with so many people.
Yeah. Does he work with Ed Norton?
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton's worked with Ed
times.
Norton a couple times. Yeah.
Wes Anderson, Bill Murray, Owen Wilson. He works with him too a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of actors he worked with.
Yeah.
And what's another one? I'm trying to I feel like I have another one in my head that I can't think of right now. Maybe use these posters to help us out.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino and Uma Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
They made a couple of movies together. Antoine Fuqua and Denzel.
Yeah.
They made a good amount of movies. Oh yeah, Denzel and Tony Scott. That's another good combo. They made like Man on Fire and Crimson Tide. A lot of those movies. Majority of his Denzel action movies. Deja Vu. Deja Vu is a really good movie with him.
that one was solid.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith and what's fucking Silent J's name?
Jason Mewes.
Yeah.
Silent J.
Silent J.
Silent Bob. Yeah,
yeah,
Kevin
that's
Smith
right,
and Jason Mewes.
Nah,
Yeah,
fuck them
they were
guys. Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
I was gonna say those
Yeah.
two.
Those are a good combo. Yeah. Linklater and Richard Linklater, Ethan Hawke. Yeah, they made the
Wow.
Before trilogy, Boyhood. They done a ton of movies together, like damn near all this shit.
Hmm.
And that's all I can think
we
of off
got-
the
we
top
got
of my
a
head.
little
Chris
Learn
Pratt,
about
Anna Faris.
Chris Pratt, director Anna Faris. Chris Pratt, the Russo brothers, and Chris Evans, I guess.
No, Millie Bo. Oh no, yeah.
The Russo brothers.
It's not a. It's not a. It's
Sean
not a.
Levy and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I was gonna,
Oh Lord.
I was gonna say it's not a director actor combo, but actor combo. Danny McBride and Walter Goggins.
Walton.
Oh, sorry, Walton Goggins.
Yes, I agree with that.
That'll be a
absolutely.
different
Those, those two together are always fucking incredible. Like,
Yeah.
that makes hilarious.
Yeah.
Nolan and
Killian,
Killian. Oh yeah,
there you
Nolan
go.
and Killian Murphy. That's a good choice as well. Those are
Now,
good choices.
what? Okay, and then we'll move on. But like, what's the? How many movies does it take? Would you guys say like 2 or like 3
For
to
what?
like for that to be like a combo? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it-
like at
I'd
least
say-
2. At
I
I
least
feel like it's got to be 3.
I say 3. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because I feel like 1, like you don't really like you're just doing it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
2, you're kind of figuring each other out, And then 3, it's like, oh, okay, now we've built
It's like we're using sleight of hand, like
Yeah.
and just like it's kind of like we really have to really speak to each other
Exactly.
to the point.
and it's kind
Like,
of
what I want.
it's kind of like, okay, you go ahead and try this one,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll see how that kind of works and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 2 hours ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But yeah,
It flew by.
we definitely dig deep into that more
Yeah.
on a different episode. But yeah,
We have finally arrived
the year.
after fucking 4 months of not being able to choose a goddamn movie. And then when I get to choose it, there's fucking that I can.
Okay, that was good timing.
That was perfect.
That was good.
That was
Sorry,
perfect.
I wanted to hit it at least once. Okay, go ahead.
Let me get back to my rant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
After 4 fucking months, finally the time has come. And then I find out that there's fucking rules that I have to abide by.
Yep, there's rules.
Which I don't even remember how we got to these fucking rules.
I don't
Because
remember
of the
either.
Oscars, you lost, nigga.
Okay, I do remember. But, so the movie that I chose,
Mm-hmm.
1975. Josh, I will cue you
Oh.
up.
Okay.
Josh, hit it. Let's
That's
see.
a good choice.
A dog day afternoon, ladies and
Oh.
gentlemen.
Interesting.
Great choice.
Come on, man. Give me some.
Good job.
Thank you.
Who's the director?
Sidney Lamont.
Mm.
Guess what? I don't even see his name. I knew that. Okay.
That's
So
a classic.
go ahead.
No, yeah, the
Give him
classic,
praise.
No, you can explain better than I can.
Classic. But you don't want to explain your choice?
No, I'm all right. So it's 8 out of 10 on IMDb. Why? Whoa, that's one of Alec's favorite movies. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? No.
No, okay, let me explain why. Because you were supposed to explain about the film, but you went
I'm
straight to
setting
the
it up.
ranking. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
How about you shut the 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, Alec.
Yeah, I know.
Letterbox 4.3 out of 5.
Yep, he
Holy
knows.
hell. Just watch.
Did that without Jake Gyllenhaal and everything. That's crazy.
Okay, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
That
right
was a
now.
fucking good one.
Stop it right now. Okay?
He'll shut it all down right now.
Shut all this shit off. 94% on Just Watch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about a criminal, Sonny Wartstick, Wartznick, who leads a bank robbery in Brooklyn, and things quickly go wrong, and a hostage situation develops as Sonny and his accomplice, Sal, try to desperately remain in control. A media circus develops, and the FBI arrives, creating even more tension. Gradually, Sonny's surprising motivations behind the robbery are revealed, and his standoff with law enforcement moves towards an inevitable end. Now, I haven't seen this,
Mm-hmm.
but I do remember you talking about it kind of in some earlier episodes, and you mentioning that it's one of your favorite movies, and you took inspiration from it for Going Up.
Yeah, it was one
Nice.
of those big influences
Come
on
on,
going
man.
up.
See, there's a method to the fucking madness. There's a method.
Takes
to
place
the
in one
madness.
location. It's got hostages, and these guys are in over their heads. So yeah, there's a good influence. On
So I saw this, and I do remember you talking about it and
Mhm.
praising it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check that out. So I'm excited to watch this one. I do like Al Pacino.
yeah, Al Pacino, John Cazale, who played his brother in the Godfather movies. He played Fredo.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so I'm interested to see, because I do like things that take place in kind of one location, and because it feels like it forces you to really adapt to your your situation, and it creates the location is a character in itself.
Okay.
Based on a true story as well.
Oh really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay, so now I'm really into it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like young Pacino too.
Yeah, it's like post Godfather movies.
So he
Oh, really?
Yeah.
he's coming off that, so he's riding that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited to see it. Looks like you can watch it on YouTube for $3.99, Google Play also $3.99, Fandango at home $3.99, and Amazon Prime $3.99. So
Nice.
if you don't have any of those, too bad. You got to
Okay.
pay for it anyway. So
Yeah.
So yeah,
I could have sworn it was on Max like a couple months ago, but who knows?
We
man.
They
probably
probably
missed
just took it off. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm excited for that.
Happens.
I know Alec, you've seen it.
Yeah.
So you'll get enjoyment out of watching this, and I think for me it'll be interesting watching it and then kind of seeing how going up, how it kind of compares and what you took from it and the inspiration.
That's
so,
definitely what I'll be watching for as well. Yeah.
So I'm excited for it, and I think it's a nice kind of, it's an old timey, but it's kind of, you could probably play it now, and I think people would.
Exactly. Yeah.
2 questions. Was what came first, The Godfather or Scarface?
The Godfather for sure.
Godfather. Okay.
Yeah.
And then 2, how many times have you watched this film, or like when you watched this because we're recommending it? How many? What time is this that you're watching?
Probably the third
time?
fourth
Okay.
time I watched it. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I bet it's like around 4 or 5, but okay.
Yeah.
That's 4.
I have a question, but maybe I should wait until after. But I'll ask you now. Is he better here or is he better in Scarface?
I would say here.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is he? Well, I don't want to say Godfather, but
I think Godfather probably like his best performance.
I was
he-
just
but
gonna say
he's
because they put
still-
him on kind of like.
Yeah. But he's
Godfather
still
2 is probably the best performance he's ever done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
well. Okay, real quick. Where does this one rank?
Like in the Al Pacino ranking,
Yeah.
probably top 4.
Oh,
at most, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Because I think, even though it's really good in Scarface, I think it's very goofy as well with
Yeah.
the fucking accent.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one. And then hopefully we can come out of the 70s.
Mm.
I know,
After
terrible
this-
era. Huh?
Oh, wait. But then you're picking again.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll pick another older movie.
Well, okay, how about this? Because no, but hold on. Because I don't know if we can see, but over Jonathan's shoulder,
Yep.
we do have a giant movie poster
We do.
with 250 movies.
Yep.
The IMDb top 50.
So, Alec, maybe you could be
Maybe.
first,
The first 2.
and you
To
can pick
use
something up there, and we
Pick
can
up there.
We can start scratching that thing off.
Yep.
Huh?
Maybe.
All right,
I'll
we'll
think
see.
about it.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
putting
see.
it out there. Putting feelers out
Yeah,
there.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out in the universe.
Yeah. We don't
Maybe,
got it up there.
maybe
just for-
after we're done, I'll go up there and see if there's anything that catches my eye enough to be like, this is interesting enough to
Yeah.
show to the world.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, people, that's gonna do it for us.
That is.
We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Share it around.
Mm-hmm.
This one was fun.
It was fun.
Very fun one.
So this
Yeah.
one was fun. I was pretty good today.
Good boy.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Can I get some claps on here? That's enough. All right. Well, people, I think it's time for us to get out of here. I'm Jamal.
Chicken jockey.
Right on.
Bye.
Josh, he's waving too.
Yes.
And I'm going to wave you guys out too.